We live in the society in which it seems every space, every moment must be filled with so much noise and activities. Maraming gimmicks, maraming handouts. Minumula tayo ng modernisasyon sa klase ng pamumuhay. Naginhawa ang dapat manunay. Without God.
Alright, so kumusta kayong lahat mga kaibigan, mga kapatid, kay Father Al, dito sa Pilipinas at sa ibang bahagi ng mundo. This has been Santayo, and I do hope that this coming Holy Week, that will be on the next Sunday, March 28th, everybody has already read the kind of teachings that our dearest founder has taught us, and being reminded to us by our very own Sister Tess Prudente, our then Principal of the Sisters of Mary in Silang, Cavite. Alright, so with this video I'm going to present with you is about the culmination of the 29th death anniversary of our dearest founder, Venerable Aloysious Schwartz, and some of the activities that has been presented to us remind us of the kind of service he has done for the love of the poor. Alright, so allow me to witness this kind of presentation, and I do hope that you really follow and subscribe to this channel.
Founded in 1964, and the Brothers of Christ on 1981 by Venerable Aloysious Schwartz. He has a life dedicated to serve the poorest of the poor in the name of Christ, as inspired by the Blessed Virgin of the Poor Venerable.
His entire life bringing hope to the world's underprivileged. Born in Washington, D.C. on September 18, 1930, Aloysius Schwartz heard his calling to serve the Lord at a very young age, entering the seminary when he was only 14 years old. During this time, he attended high school and college, later going to the University of Louvain in Belgium, where he completed his theological studies. So while recuperating over the next few years, Father Al went from parish to parish in the United States, making appeals at Sunday Mass for his life-saving mission work. During this time, in early 1961, he established a fundraising organization known as Korean Relief, the same charitable group known today as World Villages for Children. The life of Monsignor Aloysius Schwartz was one filled with love for God and love for the world's poor. Although this devoted servant of God is no longer with us in a physical sense, his spirit lives on as he continues helping the poor through the Sisters of Mary, the Brothers of Christ, and World Villages for Children. Leading a humble life, Father Al continued to express his unwavering faith in God by serving the poor.
Come directly to Busan, to Korea, and actually see the reality, the flesh and blood reality. And when you're confronted with a child who's sick and tubercular,
It's an
who's
example
homeless,
of being a good Samaritan in every facet of one's life.
Father Al was truly a man of God in every sense, a humble priest who devoted himself to helping the world's poor. He was compassionate, which made him sensitive and receptive to the needs of others. He possessed a strong faith, which gave him the courage and strength to pursue those things that God inspired him to do. And he had a tremendous amount of common sense, which helped him transform his hopes and dreams into reality. A reality that has improved the lives of hundreds of thousands of people throughout our world. Monsignor Aloysious Schwartz was a modest yet determined lead to this servant of God being declared a saint by the Catholic
The
Church.
disease with which I am currently afflicted is called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, or more popularly, Lou Gehrig's disease. It is a terminal illness. The time span from diagnosis to death is usually 3 years. I am now well into my 3rd year. Although the disease of its nature is very unpredictable, it is possible, even probable, that I am now in my final year.
To Father Al, this incurable illness was a gift from God, a gift he would bear with serenity, joy, and tremendous courage, and at times through considerable pain. Father Al devoted himself to helping children in despair, children who, without his caring heart, would otherwise be chained to a life of poverty and hopelessness. Father Al's loving smile never faded, even through his pain. He refused to give in to negative thoughts, to harbor feelings of self-pity, or to question the will of God. This gave him the strength needed to continue improving the lives of others. Although paralyzed and in much physical agony, Father Al continued doing God's work for as long as he possibly could. Sadly, it would only be a matter of months after saying Mass for his children in Mexico that Father Al would be taken from us. After this brief visit to his newest Boys Town, Girls Town village, one that he called his unfinished symphony, Father Al returned to the Philippines, where on March 16, 1992, he left this earth to live eternally in the presence of God. Father Al's memorial service was conducted at the Sisters of Mary complex in Silang, with admirers lining the streets to pay their last respects. This selfless priest was then laid to rest there in the Virgin of the Poor Chapel, a replica of the Belgian shrine that inspired his lifelong devotion to serving those in desperate need.